Welcome back to The Growing Pro. Today we're going to show you a little more in depth really how our run and gun Sigma FP rig works and how it operates and functions, so you kind of get it a little more. Now the basis of this rig is handheld. Clearly, this is a handheld rig. It is built this way in length intentionally, and that is for one purpose alone. Because my primary work is as a bodybuilding and addiction recovery coach. So when we are documenting or filming a project, tends to be in a very bad area and material that is not suitable for YouTube. Our primary focus is for me to be able to have full control of this camera and no one be able to take it from me. I have a wrist strap that goes right around my wrist that ties this camera rig to my wrist. It is not leaving my body. It's fully independent. There is nothing tying me down. I have everything I need from my monitor. I have hours worth of footage with an SSD and a V-mount. The only thing I don't have rigged up quite yet is the Shimbol TP Mini, because we don't know if we're actually going to be able to have a secondary person on board to be watching from down the street or in a car. But we're going to use the Sigma 17-40, which I'm still kind of unsure about, but there's a reason for it, which I'll get into later. But that's also a big reason that gives us this length. Typically, we'll use some small pancake TT Artisan lenses, but we've got our audio through our BeachTek DXA Micro with an XLR input, and then we also have our video right now with the Portkeys PT5 Mini. But now this is the run and gun setup. Remember, this whole thing, this chunk behind the camera comes right off in just seconds. But this is how I need to hold the camera at most times. Close to my body, tied to my body, so that no one can take it from me. Then I shoot, film, until we start running, and then we run. There's our target point, get to the target point. Target point has the sticks, has an XLR microphone already hooked up. I'm on the sticks in seconds. I have one turn, and I am locked in. That's it. Then once I'm locked into the sticks, we are now on the tripod. We are now XLR mounted. But before I get too far ahead of myself, because the built-in preamps on the Sigma FP are just garbage, I always use these BeachTek Mini preamps. We're using a DXA-SLR right now with a shotgun mic, and on all of our camera builds we use the DXA Micro Pro, Pro Plus, Pro Plus Max soon. These preamps are fantastic. They're warm, they're full, they're thick. If you don't have post-processing available for audio, you wouldn't need it for these with the right microphones. It also gives us a single XLR input but stereo channels, and 48 volt phantom power, as well as headphone control. Now, while we are run and gun, we're not going to need that. So we're going to be using the Sennheiser MKE 200 plugged into a mono channel, which we will still run stereo. That is our audio on the run. We've got our D handle here for a quick run and grab. Port keys up top, that slides off very easily if we need to. And really, again, this is also adjustable so we can get to our volume knobs if we need to make adjustments, but that's where it stays. Then the only other adjustment we would have to make is if we're going to run the Shimbol TP Mini, we would have two more cords, and we would have obviously an additional place. If we are going to run the TP Mini, that is where we would have an additional cord from the Portkeys to the Shimbol and go from there. But we're not going to have to worry about that. I don't think we're even going to be going that route this time. We're probably not going to need it. We might, but regardless. Now, storage For storage, we currently have Samsung SSDs. These are 2 terabyte T7s. They're very easy to get in and out. It's in there, it's locked in, and if you notice how fast that was for me, I didn't even have to look. It just slides right in, locks right in, and we are ready to record. Everything powers on quickly in seconds. My monitor's on in seconds. My camera's on in seconds. Everything is easily accessible. I have on the top of the V-mount a 90-degree USB-C adapter. Then I also have, let's see this, can you see that right there? A Velcro cord that is keeping this cable, this coiled cable, tight to the frame. This goes down underneath and around and into our V-mount, and then we've got that as our USB-C. One click, pulls off. I'm running and gunning. I am free. I'm going up. There's our target. Get to the target. Throw it on the tripod. One turn, locked in. Then we move quickly. We swap over audio and we get off the sled. If we don't have time to do that, we just keep running like this. The only difference is we swap over audio from the ambient mic. We just swap over the Sennheiser MKE200 to either a shotgun, or if it's a situation where the other party is willing, we will use just wireless transmission and not be in a rush. But typically, that's not the case. We need to have a microphone that just picks us up, and we need to bring that person to that location. But it's very easy to make any type of transformation. So, we are on sticks now. And if you notice, I always keep a second V-mount clamped to the handle of the sticks of the tripod. Then my assistant unplugs USB-C, takes everything off our V-mount, pulls our V-mount off. Sled comes off very easily. We unvelcro that strip. There's our sled. That's our secondary sled, and I mean, look at how small we are now. That's our tripod rig. That's the addition of the sled. Sled is off now. We now have 2 cables that need to go into the V-mount, one to power the camera and one to power the monitor. This particular preamp is the BeachTek DXA Micro Pro, which is 9-volt powered. But if we were using the Plus, we would also power that from USB type 2 to probably another D-tap or something like that. So there we go. We are set to film on sticks. You guys can see the picture in the background. We're all set. Today we are filming on the GH6 with the SLR Magic 10mm T 1.6, but I think we've got it at like T3 currently. But that's it. It's that easy. We can make quick adjustments. I can take the monitor off if I want to very quickly. I can swap out anything. So that is how you go from run and gun to sticks in seconds. It's that easy. And if I do want to swap something else out, if I want to take the camera rig off altogether and then move over to Sigma FP batteries or SD card or whatever, we can do that. Oh, I did fail to mention that, okay, so once we're in this situation, we just lost our T7. We just took off our SSD. Well, we take our SSD off of that slide and that holder, and we put it on this small rig holder, which is set up to just be screwed onto the body like that. I mean, you could put it anywhere you want to, but that's usually where we place it, right about there. And then we're still recording to the same 2 terabyte T7. We've never had any problems. Never had any issues. This setup works flawlessly for us, for our needs. It's everything and more. We don't even need to shoot to RAW. We shoot MOV, all eye, typically powder blue, which is one of my favorite picture profiles, or off. And that's it. It's that easy. But it's the perfect rig for us. And all I can say is, if you really do need portability, modularity, this gives us all of that and more. And I can break this down to just the camera with the pancake lens, no audio, no monitor, nothing. Maybe a top panel if I want, no top panel if I want to take it off, in literally seconds. It's that fast. But it works great for us. Might want to give it a try. Might work great for you. All right, friends, thanks for watching another video here at The Growing Pro. We hope that some of our experience here, our 20 plus years of experience in the entertainment industry in every facet from music, photo, and video, will help you to circumvent the process, to not lose as much money, get to a point where you are actually getting further in your career and making money with your craft faster. See you in the next video.